So today, the topic is into customer experience. I kind of also customize a little bit of the slides to talk a little bit about how Zoom, contact center or customer experience, used in the this space, right? Okay, so this is what the question been asked earlier, right? So Zoom, innovation is to focus on one platform, delivering a limitless human connection, right? So this is what we believe and what our focus into innovation. We started off very well in the meeting, right? This is a slide I think is good to share these slides. So this entire suite of Zoom platform, thank you, Park Andy, for giving me this opportunity to share with the audience as well, probably the speaker as well. So in fact, Zoom do a lot more solution apart from the meeting right in the middle where everyone is famous for, and then use it for both their job as well as for leisure as well for family. So if you look at the middle part over here, this is where the unified collaboration, do we call it UC as a service? So it encompasses, collaboration, chat, phone, which I mentioned earlier, including schedule, calendar as well. So this part is what we do very, very well at Zoom. On the left-hand side, you also see, employee experience as well. So essentially, these are used for, employee collaboration. We have different, solution for that. For today, the focus is into customer experience. Personally, myself is the CX sales specialist, so I will focus a lot into the virtual agent, contact center, and the workforce engagement suite. So this platform, as I shared earlier, especially the CX part, is coming to 2 years. We come at the right time. This platform has been built in the days where AI was so popular in the CX, and give us the platform that input all the AI in every touch point, including the contact center as well as meeting as well. Like Andy mentioned, right? We can do AI companion. We can do translation from what we spoken in English into Bahasa Indonesia. And this is also what we not talk about, right? So a lot of enterprise has many systems. That's where we need the bottom part, where we actually have all the SDK API to interface with third party system, regardless our business partner or the customer premises system as well. So these slides I put together don't focus on the timeline. Essentially, when we talk about customer experience, is all about everything a brand put the customer first, right? Managing the entire customer journey, which I shared earlier, right? Pre-purchase, purchase, as well as repurchase. So before technology is available, the customer experience already exists, but those are in person, right? So you go to a counter, you go to a branch, you go to a store. It could be even submit a particular item that is faulty, right? So there's, for instance, there's a hardware bit faulty, and then you go to the branch, and then you let the person look at it, probably a technician, and then troubleshoot, and then get your product fixed. So since we are in the topic of customer engagement, so also mentioned about the evolution of contact center engagement experience. So this is something I put together just for this event, right? So for the last 30 years, great technology come in that innovate, started from voice, the availability of internet, mobile. That's bring us to this journey right now. So if you look at the furthest one on the right, in fact, generative AI is a wide topic in CX that because of the large language model, it suits this contact center very well, because every touch point is all about large language model, regardless is voice or text as well. So that will increase a lot of productivity improvement to help the agent as well as the customer as well. So if you notice, there's an empty slot over here. I felt that throughout this 30 years, right, many advancement has been available in the contact center. One areas what I felt was kind of like we can do a little bit more, which is the video, right? Especially when we started with in person. In fact, in person still exists in many parts of the world. That the customer will go to the branch, go to the store, but then they do have challenges. Places like Indonesia, massive area that you need to get trained people on site in different branch, different store is not something easy as well. So with the technology advancement, what Zoom can offer right now is to bring our a great video experience from the regular meeting. Right now, the same video we use for, we actually extend them into the contact center as well. So in fact, this offering, including the kiosk, is actually is actually a primary channel in all our offerings. Meaning that if you pick the entry level of the subscription, video is available at no extra cost as well. The reason is because we really want to help companies, organization to better engage with the customer in any of the customer journey that I talked about earlier, right? So in fact, later on my slide, I'll put together some of the use case that could share with you to really benefit about what Zoom has done throughout this recent year into the video, and then probably reinvent the customer experience to improve better engagement with the traditional in person. See, the goal of this example, right, is not to replace in-person counter, branch, or store, right? It is to complement as well, right? It's to complement them that in case their staff is not sufficient, or let's suppose in a particular area where you don't think that you want to deploy an expert on site or the store for a certain location, that you can complement with the video as well as kiosk as well, right? So just before I switch, I'm glad that a Zoom CX, although it's barely less than 2 years, whatever I shown on the screen over here is fully supported, throughout all the different channel of offering. So this is something quite easy to understand. If you look at the diagram over here, on the left-hand side, this is where the customer. So you can use the traditional voice, you can use email, chat. Obviously, right now we live in the social media world. You can actually engage with the customer in social media. And something over here is very exciting. The same video that we use for meeting. Now, there's an option for the customer to engage with the brand using video as well. Right, and I also mentioned about in person. You can deploy a kiosk in certain location, or even complement some of the business where if you launch a new campaign, you short of expert in this area, you can actually deploy a mobile kiosk to ramp up the in person to help the customer as well. So as a customer, they can use either desktop or just like everyone, right? Use a lot of mobile, so you can use mobile to engage in all these different channels with a particular brand. Is what we also mentioned, right? The choice of the customer, because we really have a wide spectrum. We have the adult that traditionally love voice, and then we also have the younger generation that just enjoy texting, right? So this is a platform that can support everything. And on the right side, this is where an agent base. They can base in anywhere. They can base in office. They can base in the hybrid work, or they can even base from home as well, right? So you have remote agent within a different city in Indonesia, or even outside Indonesia. It's possible because some of the business do have business outside the country as well. And just like any IT help desk or customer service, they need a case management system where Zoom have native connector to the likes of Salesforce, Dynamics, ServiceNow, and Zendesk. We do have API that can interface to any case management or CRM system available as well. So take note on the bottom over here. This is not new. The agent is not going to learn a new tool. This is the same Zoom client that they use for Zoom meeting, Zoom webinar. And this is something which I explained to Park Andy earlier. It's just a new additional icon on top. Just to click on contact center, it can actually service. That will give you the ability of having one platform, one in the application. Agent do not need to flip between different applications. So if you look at the middle part, right? So we it's all about engaging with the customer, consumer as well as the brand as well. We heavily incorporated lots of AI companion in this area, and this is just a phase one, right? And sky is the limit. Every month we actually add additional enhancement into it, both capability as well as AI, and this will further incorporate into the solution to provide better self-service, and in fact also support the agent in terms of providing them with guidance. So essentially is to improve agent experience, and ultimately agent is able to deliver the better customer experience, right? So obviously we are focusing on better business outcome. So a lot of people ask me, Eric, you know, uh, why should I consider Zoom CX or Zoom Contact Center? Which I explained to you earlier. We support full suite of the solution as well. I would probably want to call out three areas that we do extremely well because of the total suite of product that we are offering. Video, you understand, right? So video right now, we're able to help to resolve issue faster and more efficient. The other part is because this Zoom is also a UCaaS as well as CCaaS provider, so they are all in the same platform, just a single experience, so you can easily engage with back office. Generally, what we call is the subject matter expert, and then the goal is to improve first contact resolution as well. So to avoid follow up call with customer, and this is what Park Andy also shared, right? We did not actually increase the price, even though we incorporated a lot of AI functionality into the Zoom meeting. Likewise, we also introduced AI into the whole contact center suite without additional cost as well, right? So AI companion is part of it. So essentially, is to improve productivity, improve user experience, and customer can get whatever answer in a conversational way, 7 by 24. So I'll probably quickly run through some of the use case over here. So one of the use case you could use it for selling, right? So in fact you can sell products using a video. Not that every single call is video, right? So if the call can be started with a voice call, if you find that the customer is interested to know more about product, and then they can switch from a voice call into a video call, so that right now, as a contact center agent, you're able to look at the customer. There's a choice for the customer to show or not to show their face, but in this case, the agent could also demonstrate the product right in front of the customer, right? Because right now the customer has higher chance of purchase. That's the reason that she decided to switch into video and then able to demonstrate the product. And right now it's so easy, right? This is where I started with my slides, that I bring everyone back into days where there's an in-person engagement. And this could be also a support use case, meaning that I'm using the product is not working as per my plan, right? So, and then I could also use this to show it right in front of it, instead of bringing all the way from their home, their office into the service desk at their counter. I can use video to show them the product, how it works, and it doesn't work the way I want. So that the agent right now is able to guide me to use it in the right way, or the agent could confirm that this is a defect and send a technician down to service the product, right? So another use case that probably everybody want to avoid, right? Having unpleasant experience in anywhere. So in this use case, is about insurance or car accident, right? Motor insurance. And right now, perhaps this customer was very inexperienced. He don't know how to handle it, so he actually ring up the insurance company. And then the insurance company will say, "Oh, don't worry. You have a phone. I know that you're calling me from the phone, from the caller ID. I could, switch this call into a video call so that you can show me exactly what you are facing in the situation, and I'm better advise you what is the next step to do it, right?" So essentially, everything is about reduce the handling time, improve the first engage resolution as well, and video is actually native within Zoom CX. Just like everyone gone through the entire pandemic, every business pivot into digital. A lot of consumer right now have to buy things online or engage everything online. If How many times that we face a problem where we are not able to decide what to answer for a particular question. Or let's suppose I want to buy online, I get stuck, I'm not able to progress to the next step. And right now, the beautiful part is I can engage with the contact center without having extra additional software. The same Zoom client, the customer could also share the desktop to the agent, so that agent right now have a better understanding where exactly the customer is facing issue. The reason why we introduced this at this time is because every business, pivot into, digital, and we could share screen, even share file, as well as if in a final resort, the agent could also requested that if you don't mind, the customer can also grant them for remote access to actually, help to navigate the screen for some customer that need help as well. So in fact, I speak a lot on the in person, right? One to one. And then right now, this is something is all about innovation, focusing on Zoom kiosk. So kiosk can be in any hardware, the customer choice. You can place it alongside with the front desk just to handle extra capacity, or deploy a Zoom kiosk in a particular location where you find that the volume probably is too low, and then you do not want to deploy a person on site, because when you deploy a person on site, he need to be skillful enough to answer all the questions. And right now, to be honest with you, it's not that simple, because every brand cover a lot of different solutions, different offering. And with kiosk, you can relieve, some of the subject matter expert and bring them into the contact center that they run right now. But right now is video enabled as well. So while waiting for an agent to be available, just like IVR, right now we don't need to play music. We actually can play a personalized interactive waiting room depending on the profile of the customer. You can position the most appropriate video. You can do upsell, cross-sell opportunity. You could even provide them with some self-help video how to resolve the issue. And this is you can also use it in the normal desktop or even mobile devices as well, right? Not necessarily kiosk, but essentially video. And we find that we understand that video technology has been available for a long time. Unfortunately, at least for me personally, I've not seen video been as part of the contact center offering in almost all my engagement with all my companies that I deal with. So with video, the certain use case can actually create better user relationship. If you saw the survey over here, 59%. And everyone is convinced that using video, you can resolve issue much faster, up to even 51% as well. So there's also another survey being compared, one contact center as well as the other contact center does not use video. And clearly you can see that for certain use case, especially company with a particular products, as well as, they need to fill up forms where they get stuck, and then they can deploy or switch them to video to improve the revenue, customer rating, or agent efficiency as well. So the second point that we do it, I will probably say out of the box, is because Zoom Contact Center and Zoom Unified Communication and Collaboration all are under one platform, one single application, meaning you use the same Zoom client, you can use for meeting, team chat, and essentially it's a lifeline for the contact center workforce to engage the subject matter expert on the back end as well, right? So this is something I would say is really helped a lot into improve first engage resolution as well, right? If you look at this screen over here, this is what I talk about, the same Zoom meeting that we use even for this webinar. You can see this little icon over here, contact center, yes, contact center, and then agent will start receiving calls, supervisor is able to see all the real-time statistics on the whole contact center as well. If there's a need, they can actually do a team chat with the backend, and then by looking at the presence, you will know that which expert is actually online and they are not online as well. So for online, they straight away can engage them. So these are a very specific group of back office people has been arranged to support the contact center agent as well. And more importantly, because right now it's the same platform, the contact center on the cloud as well as the UC on the cloud, there's no additional phone charges between these two platforms because it's all in the same platform. The last topic probably I want to highlight in this the last 9 months, everyone talk about AI. So in fact, Zoom deploy AI in every touch point, right? So a lot of debate or discussion has been gone to the market that hey, AI will replace uh, the agent. I disagree. If you look at what Zoom mission, in fact, we only leverage AI in terms of self-service on probably one use case over here, but there are a lot of use case that AI has been incorporated to support the agent, right? If you look at this contact center, we are referring to agent as well. So all these are the enhancement that we built in to have a summary, right? So meaning that right now, say for instance, I am the agent, I'm talking to the customer. If I talk too fast, the system will tell me that Eric, you're talking too fast, right? If the customer is unhappy, straight away we know the sentiment analysis that the customer is a bit upset because you will see it will switch from positive to negative, right? All these things will present right in front of the agent. Likewise, the same copy will also extend it to their team leader as well as their manager as well. So all these things are leveraging on AI. I personally love the most in this area is wrap up, right? So we like to talk. So in fact, what we talk for 2 hours, right? We will talk for 2 hours, and in this case, in the contact center, agent will no longer need to take notes while we are having the conversation. It just have to generate the smart note at the end of the call, and then system will use the AI to understand the entire conversation and summarize it, and let the agent check whether anything to add on. If not, it can just dispose the call. So essentially, is to reduce agent wrap up time as well as to also reduce the agent talk time, and ultimately improve customer experience. So probably this is my last slide to let all the audience know that this is the complete suite of Zoom CX platform. The contact center, the full omni-channel inclusive of video enabled, and the other one is our virtual agent. We can actually deploy a conversational AI chatbot with natural language understanding. We are able to naturally respond to the customer, and we also have the workforce engagement suite, encompass the workforce management and quality management to handle the speech analytic, text analytic. And having said that, if you look at the bottom part, every component, the AI component is actually been deployed. And as what Park and they said, there's no price increase because AI component is included in all our offering, inclusive of the contact centers.